all around 3-state up and down area and things like that. Did that for
Sable and the Scorchers.
about 7 years, I think. That was quite a run at that. And then I joined the Edison Project. I was in with those guys.
Yeah.
It was funny how you mentioned that show down at the river whenever you had met me. The first time that I'd seen and met like Dave Furman and Zach Swinson was actually at that show too.
Oh, okay.
And they were like 16 and 17
Yeah,
at that point in time, you know. So I mean, that's cool to kind of like something that happened that long ago or whatnot, and remembering it. And then it was like, oh man, that's whenever I first met him.
Right.
And I didn't even really meet them. I'd heard after the fact that they enjoyed seeing me play and things like that. And then they're like, man, that was like a day that meant something. Like, you know, kind of thing, you know. So meeting them, played with Edison Project for about 2 years, and had a lot of fun with those boys. Just real good time playing with those guys, you know. And then that band split, and then was just playing here and there, acoustic stuff like that. And then we did the Sibling String.
Sibling String. Yeah.
That was something else there. That was Henry Wynn, Devin Roof, Dave Mercer, Jacob Belts, and myself. And
that was a good fucking band.
We had a lot of fun, you know, a lot of
Whiskey Wednesdays.
Yeah, I was gonna say a lot of whiskey involved in that.
Yeah. I used to do the Tuesday nights down there, man. It'd be crazy. Dollar tequila night. Crazy.
And it's one of those things too. I mean, each group or every time that you play with somebody, you know, like how good somebody else is on the stage, you know, you kind of have to raise your game. You know? So I mean, with that lineup, you know, I mean, you got Belts singing his face off and can write amazing music. You know, you got Mercer, Devin, and Henry. You know, so it's just like, man, I got to step my game up to get to that kind of level with all these guys. And we definitely had some serious magical moments happen on stage.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I enjoyed every time I saw you guys.
That was something else.
That was funny, though. I did want to mention this. You know, it's no secret that I love marijuana. It is no secret.
No secret.
But Brad came up to me whenever I first, you know, started hanging out with you guys a little bit here and there, and I jumped on stage with Black Eyed Susan a couple of times and sang. And Brad comes up to me and he goes, "Hey," he goes, "Mike does not smoke marijuana,
and don't try to influence him to do.
Do not try to get him. And he doesn't drink, and he doesn't blah blah blah. And don't try to influence."
That was in the nature of whenever I was like 15 to 20. All I did was nothing but smoke weed. You know, for 5 years, you know. So then, kind of cleaned up things like that, and then definitely wasn't even drinking or anything like that. Then just doing the weed thing or whatever. Exploring.
You gotta get him to do the Matthew McConaughey thing, the Days of Confused.
All right.
You know what I love about high school girls? I get older and they stay the same age.
He's got it, man.
It's like, fuck. Who was the bad guy on Fast Times? Was it? Oh wait, that's Days Confused.
That's Days Confused.
I'm thinking about Fast Times.
Spicoli.
Spicoli.
Right here, dude.
So, what would be your favorite band? I know that's a freaking hard question.
Whew.
No, better yet, who's your favorite guitarist?
Ooh. Well, that's even a tougher question.
I know, right?
I mean, you can start wherever you want to. I mean, I love all three of the Kings: Albert King, B.B. King, Freddie King. Freddie is probably my favorite out of those three. You know,
his tone was so good.
Freddie just was like so much. You know, like, is this guy about to fall over, or is he about to just play the best note that you ever heard in your life? He has so much emotion. You know, but like his style of kind of the Texas kind of thing. I mean, like the other Kings are great, you know, but just Freddie does it for me, big time.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
I'm
Muddy,
Freddie
Waters,
fan.
absolutely. You know, I mean, talk about blues. I mean, that's my biggest first heavy influence. You know, and of course, Jimi Hendrix on my T-shirt here.
Right.
And I was just like when I was born in 1978. I'm an old man here, 35.
Right.
You know, so, but like I was thinking about the other day, kind of the time that I grew up, like as far as being 10 years old in 88 or whatever, and what's happening in 88, you know, Motley Crue, all that kind of stuff, you know. So, I mean, I grew up with that kind of stuff happening as an early influence, and then as I'm like 12, 13, 14, then Nirvana and Pearl Jam, Soundgarden, and Alice in Chains and stuff, for all that's going on, you know. So then a little bit further on down from there, whenever I kind of like started getting serious about this playing guitar, you know, that's whenever I saw the Behind the Music or the Legends kind of thing for Stevie Ray Vaughan. And when I saw that, just stopped me dead in my tracks, and I was like, that's what I want to do.
Yeah,
right there. You know what that man is doing. You know, so just went and got everything that had anything to do with that man, as far as magazines, music, CDs, DVDs, everything. You know, just really absorbed all of it. You know, so
there's one live thing that he's got it. It's in a little fucking club in Texas, and he does this. He does this thing where he's like, you know, getting up on the amp and doing the reverb and doing all kinds of crazy, just like improvising. And like to this day, I'm like, whoa. Yeah. Every time I see him, whoa.
It's amazing, man. I mean, he took what Hendrix was doing, which what Hendrix was doing was unbeknownst, unheard to anyone's ear. You know, I mean, that's why Hendrix is always the man, because I mean, he just took sounds and he took the guitar and he took the thought of music further than anybody had before at that point in time. You know, so I mean, he kind of took what Hendrix was doing and kind of had a similar mindset, and you can hear Freddie King in there as well. You can hear Albert King in there as well. You can hear B.B. King. So I mean, he just really kind of a sponge of all this stuff, you know. But the blues obviously being the main thing, but I mean, just taking the Hendrix thing and doing his kind of stamp on it as well, you know. So it's all those moments that you're like, wow, how did that happen, or what, you know. It's like you said, it's music. It's just the thing that
it's crazy.
It's an antenna coming from somewhere, and here it happens, you know. But like, Dwayne Allman. Oh my God, Sky Dog,
Muscle Shoals,
taken from us way too early.
Yeah.
Oh my Lord, you know. But I mean, like,
but I mean, the impact that he while he was here.
Yeah,
like
that's the thing. That's
just
the thing
us
too.
saying his freaking name right now, you know.
Yeah, that's the thing too. Like Hendrix, you know, like everything that he did was like in a 3-year span.
Yeah.
I mean, from 66, 67 to 70, whenever, you know.
Yeah.
And then Dwayne being gone at 24. And I mean, Stevie, he was gone at 30, 35, you know, but I mean, he had a little bit longer run of it, you know. But it's, the impact that these people have on you just so quickly, you know. But like, to answer the question, you know, I mean, Stevie Ray, Freddie King, Dwayne Allman, Dickie Betts, Jimmy fucking Page.
Oh yeah.
Oh my Lord, you know, I mean, just the Les Paul, you know, just.
I love that song Jimmy Vaughn played about the Alpine Valley the last night that they were together.
6-stringer down. I thought another 6-stringer down.
I love that. Yeah, it was a good song. It always makes me get all emotional and shit. So where are you from, Phil? Where you hail from?
Around Myrtle Beach is where I was born, and then so I'm
right near the beach.
Right near the
right
beach.
near the beach.
The coast.
I love Myrtle Beach.
Yeah,
it's a dirty little city.
Dirty Myrtle. Dirty Myrtle. So around about there, and then I spent a good deal of time in Columbia, and then Aiken when my parents moved here, and then ever since Augusta, I spent a little time in Charlotte, not long.
I like Charlotte. I like North Carolina, period.
Charlotte's okay.
It's a really nice place.
Charlotte City is cool. The people are kind of, you know, it's very suit and tie oriented. And
they don't have so much pollen.
They don't have so much pollen
in Charlotte.
Yeah, they clean their pollen.
Yeah, they got their pollen.
Their pollen is refined.
They've got a depollinator.
So. Oz, on the other hand.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
Yeah, exactly. I'm just stuck on pollen.
Phillip's really upset about the pollen.
I can't deal with it, man. I can't deal with it.
Can't do it.
When are you playing next?
Tonight we're playing.
Oh, where are y'all playing at?
We're playing together, actually, full band, which we don't get to do as much because Kenny and them are so busy with the album coming out. But when we do get a chance to play full band, there's
going to be a pint of blood on that stage.
Yeah. Hell yeah, that's what's up. Where at?
We're playing at the Wild Wing Cafe on Washington Road at 9 o'clock tonight. Phillip Lee Jr., myself, Brooks Andrews on bass, and Justin Benson on drums.
You know what one of my favorite things to eat?
What's that?
Buffalo shrimp. I might have to go to that show tonight.
There you go.
I'll be like, cook me some shrimp, put them in the buffalo sauce.
Boom, boom.
Bring them to me. I'm going to listen to Bademie and Phillip, okay?
Bring the thunder.
Wild Wings tonight, and then we part ways. I go to Greenville tomorrow, and you go to
Savannah tomorrow.
Savannah, and then I'm back in Aiken on Saturday, and you're still out of town, aren't you?
I'm in Charleston on Saturday.
With the Kenny George Band?
With the KGB.
That's what's up. Y'all back at home team, or y'all going someplace different?
Wild Wing, both nights. Savannah Wild Wing, downtown, and then the downtown in the market, Charleston Wild Wing.
That's cool. How's Charleston food scene going on? I know that they got some killer freaking food down there.
We went to this place. We played at the Trio down near Francis Marion, and there was a little burger joint right next to the place, and I was highly impressed with theirs. Kind of a gourmet burger idea, you know.
Right on.
It was real good.
How about downtown Augusta?
Man,
where you like to eat.
Man,
here we go with this, man.
You're gonna find Phillip Lee Jr. and myself at your local Cafe 209.
Oh yeah,
because we can't get enough of
soul food.
Check it off.
Man, that place is
so
mind-blowing.
good.
Yes.
Yeah, and that lady that cooks, she's just like, I do it because I love to do it.
And they've gotten to the point
when you
now
put
where
love like that in the food,
they bring the plate of food. Here's your love.
Yep.
Here, baby. Here, baby.
They've already sprinted.
Love it. We go to 209 a lot. We go to Whiskey Bar a lot. Whiskey Bar Kitchen across the street. Kenny and Bobby love those guys there.
Yeah,
all the boys and girls.
Some great stuff.
All the boys and girls.
Yeah, they'll be on the podcast. I think the 17th with
Kenny and
Adrian.
Bobby.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I asked Bob, and Bob was like, "Well, I should get my brother Kenny on there too."
Yeah,
you know, Bob.
That's super cool. I think that's awesome.
That'll be real good.
Yeah, I thought it would be cool to get all three of them in because they could lay down the history too.
Sure.
And then it was cool to talk to Coco about the history of what because. Literally, in the early 90s, downtown was a ghost town.
Yeah.
I mean, there was Joe's Underground and Fox's Lair.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah.
And then you had your strip clubs, but I mean, and then Coco opened the Soul Bar, and then Blue Sky and Nachos.
Well, I remember coming down, I was saying when I was getting my first guitar at 13 or 14 or whatever like that. Got it at Jay's Music, which is where
used to be downtown.
Is where the loft is right now. So I remember coming down as a 13 or 14-year-old kid, like, ooh, downtown. What is it? Then walking into the guitar shop and just being blown away. So
nowadays it feels like I call it an adult playground.
Yeah,
downtown is like an adult playground.
Sure.
I love it. And the energy downtown is really cool too. And there's a lot of history downtown, like the Haunted Pillar is really interesting.
Yeah.
And there's over on the canal whenever they were building that dam that everybody walks across now over there by Lake Olmsted.
The locks and stuff.
There's up by that metal utility shed. There's a little memorial thing, and it back in the 1800s when they were building that dam. They used to have a lot of people that would canoe. It was like a big thing to canoe from Lake Olmsted. Onto the canal.
Sure.
And apparently they got too close to the dam and the canoe capsized and they never found one of the bodies.
Wow.
And there's a memorial up there with their names on them, right there where they died at.
Your lies.
Yeah, it's crazy.
He's all about aliens and ghosts.
I mean, I can dig it though, man.
Never found the body.
I can dig it.
Never found the body.
Yeah. I haven't been able to stop talking like this lately, so I'm sorry, guys, if I just sink into that here and there. I've been using
Johnny
that
Carson
voice a little too much. Yes, you see, yes.
A really big show. Now for brief history of North Dakota. North Dakota was discovered in 1995. Nothing ever happened there. The end.
Gold in them hills.
There's gold in them hills. Speaking of... We have a lot of shift going on. I think there's a paradigm shift going on right now.
Yeah.
And I ask everybody this. And in the past 5 or 6 years, for me personally, I've been practicing the power of positive thought.
Okay.
And in my life, I have beautiful people surrounding me. And do you feel like people are getting nicer? Or do you not feel that way? Is it just me?
That's a crazy one there.
That's heavy.
That's a heavy one.
In general, as a whole population,
Yeah.
I would say I don't think so. But the folks that consider like great friends, best friends, that
Here's
you can feel the love between that. But just some guy walking down the street, is he going to say hey to you, or is he going to say fuck you?
Or
to
he's
you?
going to smile.
Unless there's an ice storm going on, because then people are so fucking nice to everybody. They're just trying to help everybody. But see, that's the thing though, is maybe individually, if you come up and ask somebody for help or something, they may look at you weird or something. But if everybody's thrown into the same boat of an ice storm
We're getting a boat.
a hurricane,
Well-
or whatever. Yeah, we're getting a boat, by the way.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I want to go on a boat.
We'll go
on the boat.
But then all of a sudden everybody wants to help, and so it might be a
The greater good for
greater
everybody comes
good
out.
kind of thing.
Sure.
Yeah.
Or maybe they get on News 12 or something like that. If they help.
Yeah,
So, I don't
It's
know.
it's a round
vast-
question, as
Yeah.
far as like I said, just
Yeah.
as a whole.
I can see that. Yeah. I mean, it's like...
but the camaraderie between
But if you ask the
Humans.
people for downtown Augusta, musicians, servers and bartenders, bar owners and stuff like that, and places that we play, we're all going to help each other.
Yeah, that's one of the things. That's one of the things.
Accomplish the same goal.
Yeah, I really love that about music. It's one of the few businesses that your competition actually helps you out.
Sure,
you know, it's like, come and play with us, and we'll give you an opening slot or whatever, and help you out.
Because like I'm doing the same thing that you're doing, and we can help each other.
Yeah, exactly.
Try to accomplish that.
But see, a lot of cities aren't like that. I feel like the bigger ones. Like when I went in Charlotte and played a couple gigs in Charlotte, it was show up, it was play your thing, and then go.
We have a beautiful music scene. I'm you know, and you know, you have cliques in every scene, but I move amongst the cliques, all of them, and really I've never had much experience of people talking bad mouthing any other musician in our scene, and I love that because I've been to so many places where they're like, fuck that band, motherfuckers, blah 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 blah. No, dude, they're musicians, and they have balls enough to get on stage. Respect, you know.
It's definitely a very, very, very well-rounded and loving community that we have as far as the music here. In other towns, somebody want to slit your throat for that gig or whatever. You know, but I mean, around here, it's just,
but see, the thing is, like you were talking about earlier, is the fact that, like, not only, I mean, he plays with Kenny George, he plays with me, but I play with different, 4 or 5. I mean, we don't want to fucking argue. We want to play together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We don't want to.
I don't know why. I don't think you've ever been on stage with me. Have you?
I don't think that's true.
I don't know, man. I can't remember.
There's no way that's true.
I think I sat in, y'all played at Metro maybe a year and a half ago or something like that, and for some reason I remember being on stage with you and Doug and Adam.
I think so. I've played. I have played with you once. That's awesome. And then Devrin, I've played with him a few times. Sure. Devrin's really good on the bass.
He's nuts, excellent.
And I played with Henry Wynn a couple of times. I'd like to get him and his dad on the podcast.
Yeah,
that would be really cool.
Got to get Henry away from the PlayStation thing though. He plays that video game.
Give me that. What, man? What?
He likes the video games. But yeah, Phillip was talking about how the first time whenever he had played, and I'd seen him, we were playing over there, and we took a break, and Ryan was like, do you mind if I get my buddy Phillip here to sing a song, And I was like, sure. I think he ended up playing Keith Jenkins' guitar, and was just sitting there, and he started playing the song, and I was over getting a drink, whatever, just hanging out, and then I just started hearing him. I was just like, whoa, who is this guy, and just friend of Ryan. Then I walked up, and I'm just like blown away by what you just did, and then it's like that, instantly.
Thank you, Mike.
We're playing a gig together. Instantly, the next day, we're looking for a gig together,
That's
those
cool.
kind of moments. That's what it's just like, holy shit, I just met a musical brother, and I just had my mind blown, and I just had somebody that I want to work with, all in one go. You're just like, there you go.
Yeah.
And that's what keeps you going.
Yeah. You're like, I'm on the right path.
Exactly.
I'm pretty sure I know what I'm doing.
This path, the path just got wider. It was narrow,
Phillip,
it just got wider.
Phillip, join me. Join me.
Come into
I loved when you guys were doing Blue Mondays. Remember that?
Yeah. Craig Waters, Jamie Jones, and my brother would play bass. And
was that at Loft?
Graham played, yeah.
That was at Loft.
We
Craig Waters, I found him when he was 16, and I was like, you're coming and playing with me, bro. And he played the first time with me on stage, and now look at that motherfucker. Yeah. That is some crazy shit. I love what he's doing.
The thing about Craig, I used to live right over here on this side of the road, versus across from Metro.
Right.
And Craig was out there playing. I don't know if it was the first Friday or what it was, but like it was Craig and Bobby McGranaham playing bass, and whoever the drummer, I can't remember the guy's name, but I'm living over here, and I'm hearing some stuff going on. And I was just like, who's playing? I reached out the window, and I saw these guys, whatever, and I could hear what was going on. And I was just like, holy shit, because Craig was burning some stuff at like fucking 16.
I know, right? So, he was hitting it hard too. He attacks that guitar.
Yeah. So I walked over and just kind of sat down and was listening to what they're doing, and I was just like, well, here I thought I was doing something. Look at this. Look at what this kid's doing.
Right?
He's half my age or whatever. So I was tempted. I didn't, but I should have. I was going to go back to my house and grab my 1963 Fender Stratocaster and bring it across the street and say, hey man, play this for a minute.
Yeah.
I almost did it. I wish I would have. Just because somebody out of nowhere that he had never seen me, didn't know anything about.
Hand him a 63.
Try this on for a minute. Try this on.
I want to hear what you can do with this.
Right. I should have done it. I didn't, but like I said, it would have been something.
I had an instant where my guitar was laying around, and a badass musician. He plays like flamenco style. His name's Jay. I can't remember his last name. Anyway, he's a badass, and he does that flamenco. And so he picks up the guitar and he starts to play it, and he does this crazy stuff. And then I'm like, and he hands me the guitar back, and I'm like, whoa, I didn't know you could do that. I didn't know this thing was capable of that. Good job, girl. Good job.
Right.
Do you have a relationship with your guitars like I do? Like literally, I had a fire. Not this past February, but the February before, lost everything. I jumped out my fucking window and my bed was on fire.
I remember that.
And the guitar that burned up, like I called her Desiree, and I'd had her for years and years, and she's an old Martin, and she burned up, and I literally had like heart hurt.
Yeah,
you know?
Absolutely.
It felt like a human got burnt up. You know,
absolutely.
It was crazy.
You're saying spend time with my guitars last night.
Right, a little quality time.
I changed the strings on my Telecaster and my SG, and
you wiped them down. And
gave them a little love, gave them a little attention. It's like, I'm not just going to pay attention to you when we're on stage. I'll give you some house time too. Yeah.
A lot of guys get, and whenever you get to the point to where we're at, I mean, pretty much the professional level, you're. It's easy for us to. Not play when we're not on stage.
Right.
Do you fight with that, or do you try to play when you're not playing on stage? It's because we fucking play live so much.
Yeah. Sometimes these little fingers need a little break. You know, that is true. But like, I'll find myself if I'm just sitting in the recliner, which I do like to enjoy the recliner.
He does like
time.
his recliner.
The recliner.
He does like his recliner.
Mm-hmm.
But then it's not like she's calling to him or anything like that. But it's just like in the back of my head, it's like, yeah, I need to just be kind of playing this thing, you know. And it just goes from all the years, you know, of starting. And I would sit there, get home from school, 8 hours straight, you know.
Yeah.
And not put it down.
Yeah.
You know. So it's just, it becomes an extension of you, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, sometimes this thing isn't going to work, or I can't really get what I want to come out of here, so I'm gonna do it right there, you know. So I mean, it's a beautiful thing, amazing thing.
Whenever I first grabbed it, before I knew how to play, the first time I put a guitar in my hand, it feels so good.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I really want to learn how to play this.
This thing is so cool, man. You just kind of strum it, and you're like, oh boy.
And I was like you. My dad bought me an acoustic, and he was like, all right, you learn how to play some songs on this, I'll buy you an electric rig.
Right.
And I fell in love with the acoustic so much that I never played electric. And also I'm so heavy handed. I play the guitar kind of like it's a percussive instrument.
So much percussion with it.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite place to play in Augusta?
Well, obviously, I mean, how could you not like to play at Sky City?
Yeah.
I mean, just the big stage, the sound system, everything sounds great in that room, you know. But I mean, just as far as like, just always overall a great time. I love playing at Metro Coffee House. You know, just Metro over there. Kenny and Bobby again, you know, just doing great things with both places, and just the vibe and the feel that you get. It's just kind of like walking into your living room. There's your buddies, you know. You just kind of hang out, and everybody's there, and everybody that you want to see and everything, you know. So it's just a good place to be.
That alarm right there is telling me that we've been talking for an hour. That's funny. Where can people get a hold of any of your music if they want to do it?
Like I said, April 8th, the record will be out. The Kenny George Band, Gun Shy. You can go to KennyGeorgeBand.com. We do have a Facebook page as well. Just go in there and search Kenny George. But like I said, I believe it'll be on iTunes. I'm not sure of all those things like SoundCloud and Reverb
CD
and
Baby
like
and all that stuff. Yeah,
it's your local internet site that you buy music from. It probably will be available from there.
You Google Kenny George Band, and I'm sure something will pop up.
And or if you want the physical hard copy, you can give me a call and I'll bring it and put it in your damn hand.
That's right, 706-2. Call me.
I will bring you.
I will bring it straight to you.
I will get on my bicycle. Oh, speaking of, so I'm going back to this. Earlier I mentioned Brad talking to me. He's like, don't you do drugs with Mike? And I'm like, I won't. I'm selfish with my drugs. No, but so there for a long time you were drinking pretty heavy.
Yeah.
And you just
stay fit.
Yeah. And you were like, fuck it. And you had blew up.
I was a big boy.
Yeah. And I remembered you from, you know, when you're young and skinny and fit, and then to that. And then, you know, and the beer, constantly drinking, it really can, like...
Oh, God.
And so...
It'll fuck you hard.
So you were a big influence on me, because I had recently cleaned up and spent 8 weeks dry after drinking for 5 years, probably at least six pack a day.
Yeah.
You know, and I wouldn't even get drunk. I just did it because of fucking bored, and that's kind of what you do, you know. Ian Drakely, he passed away. Me and him were best bros. We ran together forever, every freaking day.
Super cool guy.
And when he passed, I was like, all right, now I got to do everything that I've been saying that I was gonna fucking do.
Yeah.
And so you know, it's weird that something so good can come out of somebody losing their life like that. You know.
Yeah,
but
it is kind of sideways, kind of looking like that kind of thing of it. But some works in mysterious ways. You know, just whatever's gonna get you to that point where you're like, okay, you know, whatever it takes.
That little extra push to let you.
But Ian was a great guy. He was always super duper nice to me every time that I hung out with him. He was a great guy.
Yeah, one of the things that I love about people is honesty.
Sure.
And that dude was one of the most honest dudes that I've ever fucking met.
He'll let you know.
Like, I like all girls. It doesn't matter what color they are, how big they are, how little they are. I love them, okay? And
he likes his girls. He likes his girls.
And I can find beauty in all of them,
yes.
Okay? And so I had this one. I'm being honest with y'all people, okay? I had this one night stand with a black girl, and Ian was like, you slept with a black girl? No. And I was like, Ian, stop it right there, dude. Yeah. I was like, all the shit you doing, you're gonna give me shit about sleeping with a black girl? I lost my virginity to a black girl. I slept with lots of black girls.
I like it.
I like black girls. And so, but he was honest like that. He's like, I'm gonna tell you what I think, no matter what you think about it. Do you have many people like that in your life? Like honest, like one of those people that you can go to and be like, dude, am I fucking up?
Yeah, I guess everybody needs that kind of person.
Oh yeah.
Phillip, me and Phillip instantly became best friends, you know, from the encounter where we played, or I saw him playing, and then we started playing together, you know, but like me and him definitely are always just constantly kind of like bouncing things off of each other as far as like, oh, I got this thing going on, what do you think about that, and, you know, or should I be doing that? You know, so
a confidant.
We keep each other
big time.
Keep each other in check, straighten each other out. You know?
It goes both ways though. That's the important part. You gotta allow it to go both ways. If you're gonna take your friendship there.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, you know, doing the podcast is something that's fun for me because I practice constantly listening.
You're doing great.
I try.
You're doing great, man.
I try.
He's a great listener. Great listener.
I love Phillip. We hit it off pretty good. And it's funny because, like you say, if you meet somebody and you're like instantly, oh yeah, that's my brother.
Oh, cool.
That's my brother right there.
Yeah, straight up.
You know, and so every time I see you guys downtown, it makes me smile. Yeah. I'm like, you did my boys right there, did my boys.
Good times.
We're doing it. Good times.
So, do you think if say Kenny George popped off and you know you made a whole bunch of money, would you leave Augusta or would you stay here?
Always, it'll be home. Always, you know, I mean, just like Phillip was saying, he left and came back, things like that, you know, it's just kind of like the people that you meet here, that's what makes it home, you know, that's the people that you meet
absolutely
on a daily, in and out basis, you know, just the people that you get to hang out with, and it's been home for so long, you know, I mean, it will always be home, and I mean, if it does pop off and me and Phillip get a boat, and then we're just going to travel around the world.
Hell yeah.
We will have houses here.
We're going to bring Cafe 209 onto the boat with us.
Oh, hell yeah.
We're bringing them. Yeah. Woody's coming.
Is that where we're eating lunch?
Right.
Cafe 209?
Like, they're going to be on the boat.
Hell yeah.
And they'll just bring it to us, you know. So, but we'll always be home. I mean, how could I not want to come here and hang out at Metro and go to Scott City and see somebody play? And
then I do like blues rock, but if Kenny George's band pops off, I need an opening slot. Okay?
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay.
There you go.
Consider it done.
Okay, everybody, you heard that, right?
We can all.
I've got witnesses.
Trust me, the boat will be big enough for everybody.
Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Raymond will be there.
Raymond will be there.
Well, man, I want to keep on talking because this is awesome. I got to have both of you guys back, but next time I'd like for you guys to bring your guitars and maybe do a couple of songs or something like that.
Gotcha. Well, that was whenever you initially mentioned to me talking about coming and do it, and I was like, well, Phillip, my best friend, has got to come and hang out. We got to do the thing together.
Yeah,
you know,
So.
We can do the outro song. Is the Soulcast.
Phillip, where are you? Are you online? Like, can they Google
No,
you?
man, I have a Twitter. at Phillip
This is
Jr.
Facebookless.
This is
Phillip Lee.
I don't even
I don't
have Facebook.
understand.
All right, so right now, if you follow me on Twitter at Phillip Jr., I'm doing nothing but playing live shows right now. I am going to dedicate a certain amount of time to write and to get mass-produced material out to people, but that's going to come at like a certain point in time where I focus on that so that it can be meaningful and purposeful. But for right now, I'm trying to
hone the skills
of live shows, which it's been great, man. I am playing.
I'm telling you, man, the past, I don't know, like 12, 16, 18 shows that me and Phillip have been doing together, some stuff's just been firing off. I mean,
that's what's up.
Talking about honing the skills and stuff like that, and figuring out the dynamic.
I love that.
Some things are
cool.
Every time.
I love it whenever you get off stage with a group of guys and you're like, "Holy shit, dude!"
Yeah, exactly.
We've
been having nothing but
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, it's been wide-eyed stuff. So, but yeah, if you know, I mean, if you're hanging out and you see me downtown, just ask me when I'm playing again, and I would just want people to come to live shows and have a good time.
Phillip and Bademie are very personable people. You can approach, and me, if you're downtown, fucking say hey to us.
Yes,
say
please.
If even if we don't know who you are, like I've got like 3,000 something Facebook friends, right?
Yeah,
right.
And I constantly get people coming up and they're like, "You're Happy Bones, right?"
Yeah,
there you go.
And I'm like,
Happy
"Yeah,
Bones.
what's your name?"
You goddamn right I am.
Yeah, that's darn right.
You're that guy from Crocodile Tears?
And I'm like, so yeah, if you guys see us downtown, come up and say hey to us because we're nice guys.
We won't bite.
We won't. Unless you like it that way.
If you guys want to mail the show, you can get me at the Soulcast at mail.com, not Gmail, at mail.com. Write me and give me suggestions of guests and shit that I should do for the show. I'm gonna do a lot more shit later on. I'm gonna start doing going out into the scene and letting people, because a lot of people don't understand. It's a weird stigma with downtown, especially with the news wanting to be negative about everything.
Sure.
All they talk about is negative crap.
Yeah.
But downtown's beautiful, and I want everybody to know you can come down here and enjoy it, and it's a lot of fun. Everybody's nice.
It's beautiful every day.
It's beautiful
every day. And you can usually find us at the Metro in the afternoon.
That's right.
Because we work at night, motherfuckers. Yeah. All right, so we're about to do the outro music, and I really appreciate Phillip and Mike being here.
Thanks, man.
Thank you. If you guys are out and about tonight, go by Wild Wings and check out
9 o'clock.
These guys at 9 p.m. and eat you some wings and drink you some burrs and tip the musicians. Also, any musicians that are coming up and they really haven't had getting at much exposure yet. If you guys want to get in touch with me, I'm thinking about while I'm having guests, have a couple of guys come in and maybe do some acoustic songs or something like that. So if you guys want to do that, holla at your boy. Also check me out on Facebook, Happy Bones. If y'all Google Happy Bones and y'all Google Micheal Bademie, some shit's gonna come up. Okay. So we're out, homies.
Thanks for having us, sir.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
See you down the road.
You will never be the same because you were just listening to the Soulcast with Woody Wood. We'll see you next week.